Diane is having a nice soak in the tub while the dog chills on the floor. It's all nice and quiet. Until Robbie wakes up and sees the clown is not in the chair. He looks under one side of his bed. Nothing. Then he looks under the other side. Still nothing. When he sits back up, the clown is waiting for him. It pulls him under the bed as Carol Ann watches. Of course, as this is going on, Diane is blow drying her hair so she doesn't hear shit. She decides to lay down and rest just as Robbie is fighting for his life under the bed. He screams and she starts to sit up, but she doesn't get very far because the house has other plans. Diane starts bouncing all over the bed and is then pulled up the wall. She rolls up the wall and across the ceiling, and I'm betting she's thinking that these vaulted ceilings suck right now. She rolls and slides all the way across to the other wall. Robbie is tired of the clown shit and starts beating its ass. He's so busy ripping it to shreds that he doesn't even notice the closet door coming open. Carol Ann sees it though. After Diane completes her tour of the bedroom, she's thrown out of the room and the door closes behind her. The closet door in the kids' room slams shut too, and weird gooey vines start sealing the frame. Robbie tries to open the bedroom door, but it's stuck. Diane is crawling down the hall to their room when a bunch of lights come out of her room and race past her. She can't get to their door because it's now blocked by a creepy ghost skeleton that is acting like a guard dog. She's knocked downstairs and she gets shocked when she tries to go back up. This whole time, Carol Ann is just sitting in bed staring at the closet. The closet door busts open and then we cut to Diane outside in the rain running through the backyard to try and get her neighbor's attention. She slips and falls in the dugout pool area that is quickly filling up with water. She slides into the deep end and goes underwater for a moment, and when she comes up, she's not alone. Various skeletons start popping up out of the water with her. And like any normal person, she freaks out and tries to claw her way out of the pool. Getting out isn't easy though because it's all just mud. She slips and slides right back into the corpse soup. Lucky for her, the neighbors show up to help her out. They see the flashing lights going off in the kids' room upstairs, and she tries to get them to go inside with her to help the kids, but the neighbors chicken out, so she has to go in alone. This time, she has no problem getting up the stairs. Getting down the few feet of hallway is another issue though, as the hallway starts to stretch out to put the door further away. She flings open the door and is instantly lifted off her feet. The closet is like a giant vacuum at this point. She's hanging onto the door frame while Robbie is holding onto Carol Ann's bed, with Carol Ann holding onto her headboard. The closet door is now some giant gross throat looking to swallow them into the nether regions of hell. There's lots of screaming and feet flying through the air, and Diane gets a hold of Robbie's hand and he holds onto his sister long enough for Diane to pull them all to the safety of the hallway. Just then, Steve pulls up with Lewis and sees the inside of his house lighting up like a disco. His boss sees it too. Steve tries to get into the house, but caskets are popping up out of the ground blocking his way. Lewis comes running up and Steve confronts him with another great line.
You only move the headstones! Lie! Lie!
Diane and the kids finally make it out of the house and they all make a beeline for the car, where Steve does the worst Dukes of Hazzard hood slide I've ever seen. He then does the pee-pee dance while trying to find his keys. Dana's friend is dropping her off just as her family is pulling out of the driveway. Like an idiot, she just stands in the street screaming, "Get your ass in the car, Dana." At this point, all the neighbors are coming out to see what's going on. Water hydrants and gas mains are exploding, and the weird lights come exploding out of the house, knocking them all down and busting out some car windows. As Lewis and the neighbors watch, the house starts to cave in on itself until it all disappears into a ball of light. Lewis just covers his face in shame. I can't imagine the insurance fallout from something like this. Hopefully he has Allstate so that he would be protected from mayhem like this. In the epilogue, the family is finally out of Dodge. They get checked into the Holiday Inn collectively looking like hammered shit. Steve is the last one to enter the room. He goes in and closes the door behind him. You think that's it, but then the door opens again. Steve wheels the TV out of the room and leaves it out on the walkway. I remember in the theater everyone laughing at that because that's exactly what we would have done too.